let's talk about the Rainbow 2 Talking Color Reader. Hi everyone, it's Carrie from Live Accessible, and as I mentioned, today we're going to be talking about a really great color reader called the Rainbow 2 Talking Color Reader. Let me give a description of what it looks like. It is 1.6 inches high, 2.6 inches wide, and 0.6 inches thick. And for those who are measurement challenged like me, it's pretty compact. It can fit in my fist and it's probably a little bit bigger than the large Tic Tac boxes. It's small enough to fit in a purse or even in your pocket. It is off-white and it comes with a keychain loop, so you can put it on your keys if you want. That keychain loop is attached to the machine with this fabric that has this rainbow colored pattern, and on the front of the device there's a speaker and there's a little arrow, a red arrow button with a bump dot on it. There's this stripe of rainbow color going across half of the front, and on the back it's pretty much just off-white with some screws and things on the back. And on the short end, opposite to where the keychain is where the sensor is. And you can feel that because it goes in a little bit and it's a different texture. So it identifies 40 different colors, which might seem bad compared to other color readers that can identify hundreds or even thousands of different colors. But in this case, I believe that sometimes less is more. For example, with a Colorino, it seems that every time you push the button, it gives you a different color, and so it's just confusing. And so we find this one more reliable. And when I say we, I really mean Pablo, because he's the one who really needs this, because I can still see colors, but he is totally blind, so he uses this every day when he goes to work and he picks out his clothes. It usually retails for about $115.95, and I'll leave links down in the description in case you guys want, but you can also do a Google search in case you want to do some price checking. And that might seem like a lot, and for a lot of us it is, but it can also be a really good investment. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, well, there are a lot of apps that are even free that can identify colors, but I've tested these and so has Pablo. They're just so inaccurate. First, you have to remember that you're using a phone camera, which is going to capture the whole screen, and so a lot of these apps don't really know what you're trying to identify. Plus, as a blind person, you have to get that thing or that piece of clothing in a lighted place, in the view of the camera, and that can just be really tricky for a lot of people. Even with all of that, it's still not as accurate as something that was made to identify colors. And actually, this is on the cheaper spectrum of color readers. A lot of them are $195 or $175 or $500 or even more. And it can be a really worthwhile investment because you can ask a sighted partner or a family member, but if you really care about colors or just having that independence, this could be something that you can think about. And you can even ask your local state agency if maybe they can fund it for you. And that way you don't have to spend that money, but you'll still get a really good product. For example, with Pablo, he has me and I can still see color, but he gets up for work around 4 or 5 a.m. and there's no way that I'm getting out of the bed at that time to tell him what color his clothes are. That's just not gonna happen. Alright guys, so here's a close-up of what it looks like. And like I said, the sensor is on the short end opposite to the keychain, and that is what you want to put against the clothing and then push the button and it'll give you a color. So we're actually in the closet and I've got some of Pablo's clothes right here, so we just put that sensor on the clothes and push the button and then it says white. So that one is good. Here's another one.
Light yellow.
Light yellow, that's good.
Red.
Red.
Purple gray.
Purple gray, well, I don't really see gray, but it says purple. Here's another one.
Very light blue.
Very light blue, that's good. And this one is a plaid shirt, which desperately needs to be ironed, by the way, but if you put it,
Dark gray.
it just says dark gray. And with pretty much any color reader, I haven't found one that is able to recognize patterns. And if you guys know one, let us know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear about it and learn about that. And here's another one. So the other one was plaid, and this has some stripes on it.
Very dark gray.
So it just says very dark gray, and again, it's not able to distinguish those stripes. It just kind of, I guess, blurs all those different colors together and gets dark gray. But overall, it's pretty reliable, and you can also change the volume. It has 4 different volume levels, and it only has one button, so you press and hold that button.
Navy blue. 2.
And it says 2.
Navy blue. 3. 4.
So it says 4.
Navy blue. 1.
Once it gets to 4 and you press and hold that button again, it goes back to level 1, volume level 1. It just needs one AAA battery, which you can change on the back, and that's pretty much all to it. Pablo has been using it for over 3 years now, and so he really likes it, and we find it really reliable, so we can really recommend it. And if you want to see it in person, you might want to go to your local low vision center, and maybe they have one. Or you can request them to get one so that you can see it in person and touch it and feel it and see if it's the right one for you. And don't forget, you can ask your local state agency if they will fund it for you. So which color identifier do you guys use, or how do you mark your clothing so that you can tell them apart? Leave that in the comments below, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up below and hit the subscribe button and the bell for more videos on how you can live accessible. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one.